Hello and welcome to another episode of Success Coaching for a Better World. My name is Coach Manny Nowak, and it is my pleasure, as always, to be here. And today we're talking about one of my subjects that I just love to talk about, listening. And that sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? Talk about listening, but that's okay. We'll get there. The customer can't say yes when you're talking. Great quote from Jeffrey Fox from one of his books. But it's true, isn't it? How can a customer say yes when you're talking? There's a saying, and this is actually anonymous, I think, yeah. It says, it's better to remain a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Shut up and listen. Wow, what a concept. Think about it. Especially you salespeople out there. And we're all salespeople. Let's face it, somewhere in our lives, every day we have to sell something to somebody. Whether it's our spouse, whether it's our co-workers, whether it's our boss, or whether it's our customers. We're always selling. So how many of us know how to shut up and listen? How many of us know how to leave white space? You see how, and I know you probably can't see it that well, it's not that clear, but white space is space in the conversation where nothing's going on and we're okay with it. Think. Let the customer think. Let the customer be quiet. Let the customer be calm. The customer will get to yes. You'll be amazed. I used to teach salespeople, and it used to drive me crazy how they wouldn't allow that space. How they had to fill it. And that space, that's the place the customer makes their decision. You need to give it to them. You need to get comfortable with it. And not just the customer, anyone, when you're in a decision-making process. David Schwartz, who wrote The Magic of Thinking Big, great book if you haven't read it, said big people monopolize listening. Little people monopolize talking. Great point. And I did use the board today, so we'll come back to the website and all that in a minute. But talking and listening. Do you realize that most people, in most situations, if you ask the right questions and give enough space, will buy by themselves? They will sell themselves. Let the other person talk. I know we love to talk. I love to talk. That's why I'm doing this video, right? But we need to shut up and listen. Let them listen. But not like you. You are the one who needs to listen. You are the one that needs to ask the questions. If nothing else, get an array of questions. Keep that person talking and talking and talking. They'll think you're great. They won't think of you in the way they may think of you today. 50% plus increase. I'm telling you right here, and you can take it to the bank, and you can email me and call me if I'm wrong, if you give it enough chance. But if you listen, you can increase your success rate. 50%, whether it's at work, at home, with your kids, with your spouse, with your coworkers, with your customers. Start listening and watch what happens. You see, sales and getting people to come over to the concept you're trying to move forward with is built on relationships. And relationships mean learning how to listen. I mean, let's face it, how many of us, think about it, want to have a relationship with someone who can't be quiet? Former Dana Chairman Renee McPherson said, never stop listening, never stop traveling, and never stop asking others what they think. Asking is, wow, if you would just ask the questions. Let me go to another sheet here. You see? Shut up and listen. And I know some people, I always get bad mail here or email or phone calls. People say, Manny, you can't say that. That's not very polite. It's not. But it's not meant to be. Because someone who can't keep their mouth closed and listen is a problem. And so I use that hardline technique. I use the hardline word, shut up and listen. Because I want you to understand. I want you to get it. I want you to really go forward with it. I want you to learn that if I can keep my mouth shut and I can learn to ask some questions and I can listen to the answer, I will have tremendous success. Listen long enough and you will be amazed at what happens. I wanted to go back here because I wanted to re-emphasize something. I know I don't normally like to do that, but let them sell themselves. Let the other person talk. How many times have you been with a salesperson or somebody trying to convince you of something and they interrupt you? You're talking and they start talking. What happens? You get negative is what happens, and you don't want the person to get negative. So, are you looking to get here? I mean, part of what we're trying to do in the success team, and part of what I try to do for people all the time is move you from wherever you are to outstanding. You might be excellent, but excellent is still 10 feet from the top of that mountain. How are you going to become outstanding? One of the keys to becoming outstanding is learning how to listen. It is one of the major keys. It will make you so much more successful. So do you want to be outstanding or not? The question is you. Do you want to climb to the top of the mountain, or are you okay being 10 foot from the top? Because always I'm telling you that outstanding is just a little bit further. But the rewards for outstanding, what would happen this year if you exceeded all the goals that you had? What would happen if you really took off? What would happen if this would be one of the greatest years ever in your business and life? And I'm not just talking business here. I said business and life. Imagine what would happen if you would listen to your children, if you would listen to your spouse, if you listen to your friends. Not just would you have excellent sales because you were doing it at work and an excellent career, but you'd have what we're always striving for, the excellent in all parts of our lives. Outstanding, not just excellent. Coach Manny Nowak, I hope this helps you. Let me pull this down because I want you to come out to our website. I want you to look at the stuff we have. I want you to call us. If you have any questions about this, get a hold of me. There's the phone number. There's the website. The email address, just put Manny on top, front of MannyNowak.com. Start listening and watch. It's like magic. I guess I can't put it any other way. Not just will you be successful. Watch what happens to those people that you work with. Their face lights up. When people are listened to, it's magic. This is Coach Manny Nowak saying, go out, create a better world. And one of the ways you can do that is by listening, listening, and listening. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.